Hey, what is up everyone? Welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be taking a look at a bunch of Gundam Kuji prizes. And just to kind of make this little part of the video a little shorter than it actually needs to be, in case you don't know what a Kuji prize is the kind of prize you get in-store in Japan when you walk on into a convenience store or other kind of store. They'll have a bunch of prizes on display, starting with A, usually ending with E or F. You pay something like 500 yen, which is about $3 or so. You get a ticket and you win one of the prizes. A is good, E and F is not so good, and there's usually one that's the last one, which is the best of all. Today I'm going to be looking at ones that are from Mobile Suit Gundam, The Witch from Mercury, and this isn't the first one. This is Kuji number 3. There's been 2 previously, but I just never got any of the prizes. And if you're wondering where I got these prizes, I got them off of Buy. If you run onto Buy and take a look on something like Mercari, and look up whatever you want plus the Kuji, you'll be able to find the Kuji. There's Kujis of all sorts of stuff. They're awesome. I've got loads of Kuji prizes around the place. They're really nice statues and stuff, and they're usually fairly inexpensive. For example, I just got a big old box of Berserk. There was a Berserk Kuji in Japan not that long ago. It blew my mind because there's never Berserk anything, and it came with this absolutely ridiculous Zod figure as the last one, which is even better than the Pop-Up Parade full release figure. It is so nice. So yeah, these are basically lottery prices. They're not usually for sale, but you can find someone online who will go into the shop and buy them for you. And you can do that, like I said, on Buy, on Mercari. That's what I did. And today we're going to be unboxing a few. It's not the whole thing. I got the whole Berserk one because I had to. This one I couldn't find all the prices in one go, but I got the biggest ones, and that's what's important. So yeah, if you bought your ticket and you got the F prize, which is the worst prize, and debatably so, you would get one of these right here. So this is a clear file and sticker set. So these do come in a whole bunch. I'll show you them all first, and then we can open one up and see what is inside. So we've got Gundam Aerial Rebuild, we've got the Daryl Balde, Calibarn, Schwarzet, Michaelis, the Farakt, one of the Rubrises, I think it is as it says there, and this one is Thorn, and it is upside down. So it seems like inside this box I did get every single one of them, which is nice, and I'm going to open up, well, Ariel I suppose it is, the main Gundam after all. So inside of each one of these you do get a clear file, as well as a sticker too, which is pretty cool. In case you don't know what a clear file is, it's basically like a small folder-esque thing. These things are extremely common in Japan. If you ever, I suppose, went to school in Japan or worked in an office in Japan, you'd see these all over the place. It's basically to put a single document into. So basically a cover for one. They don't like papers creased or damaged in any kind of way. So this is basically to pop that inside of. For me, what I plan on using something like this for is basically for situations like this right here. So this is some decals that came with a Gundam model kit that I've just never gotten the time to put on. I do hope to put them on sometime, so it does mean I do want to keep them as well as possible, and just left in a drawer like this doesn't really do great. So you can pop it inside like so. You can see pretty much past the aerial to what is inside, so it's a good way of keeping them in a drawer together without anything getting damaged. I think you'd get away with putting a few in here, especially if you had fairly small decals, and that's my plan for these. Also inside of each of these you do get a sticker too, so it does seem like a little bit more than just a, well, clear file. This is really, really nice. I'm not sure where I'd like to stick this. All of them are the same kind of a little kind of edge sticker, so that is incredibly, incredibly nice. I'm just going to pop another one open so we can take a look at it. I took this at random. This is Gundam Schwarzet. Whipping that out, and there we go. The art on these is incredible. I love the way they actually have the arm removed so you can see into the mechanics in there, and that is so nice. What a great matching color for in the back as well. Again, if you do pop something in here, it is somewhat clear.水星の魔女on the back, so the witch from Mercury, and here is the Schwarzet sticker looking just as awesome. Look at that right there. That is fun. Again, I'm not sure how much a ticket for this is. I think they might have gone up since I used to live in Japan, so I think it's like 700 yen, so maybe about $5 or so. Not too bad for kind of a runner-up or losing prize. Alright, so next in here we do have Prize F. Now, these are some blind boxes. These right here are my favorite thing about these Kujis, and I've gotten none yet, which makes me very, very sad. This is my first time getting one out of any of the 3 Kujis, and I'm going to make sure I go shopping on Buy myself before I post this video so I can grab up whichever ones I want before you guys get a chance. That is how much I like these. So these, again, this is the E prize, so if you semi-failed and pulled out an E ticket, but this is definitely not a fail. These are awesome. These are tiny little acrylic stands. Now they are of various characters. This time around they are kind of in their more formal business wear. No, basically they're casual clothes, it seems to be, at the end of the Witch from Mercury, how they are dressed. We do have some little bits in the background too from different scenes from the anime. Personally, I do like, and I'll pop it up right now, the acrylic stands that would have came in the last couple of Kujis more, because these are more like the pilots in their element, looking like they do during the series. So something perfect to actually pop side by side with your gunpla. I love being able to display the kind of illustration of a pilot beside a Gundam model kit. Only problem is these things are abhorrently expensive. And there are some that aren't from Kujis, some that are from Kujis. They're a great idea, but they're just so pricey. I've seen these going for like $15 or $16 a pop. And you know, for a piece of plastic, that is quite a bit, especially if you want to buy them all. So this is what happens. You just pop it onto the little stand like so. There it is through the other camera. These are just so fun. Now, Miorine here does not pilot a mecha, so she can't really be popped beside one. But there she is. Now, I've only got 4 of these, and there is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 characters in total. There is the squad you can get. There is quite a few of them there. Personally, I would like some that could go with some model kits, so maybe like Guel or Choo Choo or, of course, Suletta, but we'll see what we get. Again, have to go hunting for the other typical kind of pilot-style ones right after I finish up with this. So, Aaron. Alright, so there we go. He's rocking in what looks almost like a high-vis jacket on some kind of hike by the looks of things. Anyway, so that is this one right here. I'm not going to put that together right now. On to the next box. I'm going to assume whoever bought these bought them from the one Kuji place, so there's not going to be any overlaps, because that would be extremely, extremely sad. I guess that doesn't really class as an overlap, does it? Anyway. Next, I don't think I could have pulled any worse. All right, give me something better or I'm going to have to go shopping again. And, I suppose I can put that with a mobile suit. Oh, man. There were some weak pulls. Anyway, on to the next batch of prizes. All right, so on to prize D. And this one you can't really go wrong with at all. You can see right into it, and it is absolutely awesome. This is... Okay, I said the acrylic stands are the best, but they're not. They may have been the best in previous, Okay, opening it up, and it's packed this hard. Open, and this is what we get inside of this one. There is number 1, and there is number 2. So basically what this prize right here is tiny, tiny, tiny little chibi versions of Miorine, like you can see right here, as well as Suletta, which looks like this right here. Actually, the sculpt on the hair on this is pretty impressive for something so tiny. I think it might have been these right here that convinced me to buy this one. I only got one of the figures from one of the previous Kujis. I think it was the first Kuji. After that, I don't know, maybe I just missed them or something. But yeah, this is what made me want this one. Alright, so next up in here is this. This is the C prize. This is a bit of an interesting one. So I'll just mention I didn't get the B prize with this particular bunch of stuff. So the B prize is exactly the same as this. Same item, just a different picture. So more earlier in the series than this one is right here. I won't say too much about it, just in case you haven't watched it and you don't want to see any spoilers, but for some reason are looking at a video about prizes from said series. But anyway, and it's a package inside another package. How Japanese of them. All right. So open it. Definitely not going to get scuffed or anything in so many. So what we get in here is an acrylic, what I guess you would almost call like photograph or image. So there we go. It's very, very nice and perfect. That looks really good. And yet again, more packaging. So this one looks a little more difficult to open. So I'll just do that for the sake of making it quicker. And these right here are the little metal arms for holding it up. So you just unscrew them like screw. Whoa, these are pretty long. Then you pop the bolty bit into the hole, screw it on into it just like so, and that is basically what holds it up. You do the exact same thing on the other side. And there we go, that is what it ends up like. They are the two little leg sections, so that means when you do pop it down on the surface, it just stays up just like so, in case you want this almost like a photograph of old friends or something. There you go. On to the next one. Also, I mention again, the B price, exactly the same item, different picture. So this right here is the A prize. Now this is a figure. It is just a Ichiban Kuji figure. Sometimes you get other ones like Master Lies, or there's the really cool one like the Zod, which is, what was it? Some kind of Sofu B name, Sofu Vix, that's what it was called. So this is the box anyway, so you'll be see something very similar to this very soon as well, because the last one is just a variant of this, which, like that Choso figure I showed at the beginning, same kind of thing. I went for the non-last one because I like the particular face style on, I think it was the D prize, but, you know, there's always the options. You can get one or the other, or you can get both. These basically just came together in a big kind of batch of prizes. Someone obviously went into the store and bought. And that's usually what I do prefer, because it is a little bit easier, especially if you can get the complete set of prizes, because then you don't have to go around searching for the rest of them individually. Or if you don't want them all, you can just get the ones that you want. Alright, so we have a little bit of a kind of platform section for them to sit on, so that is pretty nice actually. You could almost steal that for sticking a Gundam on. That would actually totally work as a nice little display platform, if you wanted to. The figures are actually individual. That is interesting. I thought they'd be stuck together, so again, you don't actually have to display them together if you don't want to. If you're like, I like this character but don't like the other one, you can just straight up, I don't know, chuck it in the bin. Alright, so according to the box, Miorine goes on the right. Just a little bit wiggly there. Suletsu right here then, just popping that out. Again, obscene amounts of plastic in here. There we go, a little bit of a closer look. Again, prize figures have gotten so good these days. That is actually ridiculously nice. So that one just pops on there, just like so. A little bit of a wiggle on this one. It's almost like she's unstable and unreliable. But anyway, there we go. It's very small, I guess, as far as anime kind of figures go, but still not too bad. It is a 2-in-1, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, there's another little bit of a closer look. I'll throw up some B-roll footage right now so you can get a better look at this for yourself to decide whether or not you like it and what one all of your own. On to the last prize. Alright, so on to the last one right here, and this, once again, is pretty similar to the last one. There is a little bit of a thank you card on it, which, if you've ever bought from somewhere like Mercari, you'll see quite a bit. That is very interesting. With the kind of exchange rate right now and all of that sort of stuff in Japan, I know a lot of people are resorting to reselling figures. Some may call it scalping. I feel it's a little bit of a grey area in this kind of regard when these aren't regularly available figures. So of course you're going to be paying a little bit more than the cost of a ticket per each one, but it's not the same as if they just ran into a store, bought a gunpla and charged you 5 times its price for it. So again, a little bit of a grey area. For me though, I'm just glad they're made available outside of Japan at all, because they are extremely cool, extremely fun, and for me they are quite nostalgic, because in Japan I used to always love when I saw a Kuji in store of like a series I actually liked. Alright, so what we're seeing right here is extremely similar to before. Platform right here is identical to the first, so in a way you don't necessarily need to buy both of these. If you are looking for a figure like this, one would probably suffice. There is Suletta, and as you can see, the difference is she just is not smiling. I think, yeah, this one right here is the last one. Now, for the last one, you need to have bought the last ticket inside of the box in the store selling the Kuji, so it is the rarest one. It's not really like it's something you can, well, it is luck, but not quite in the exact same sort of way. If you actually just bought every single ticket, you'd be guaranteed it, but then you'd be, well, guaranteed the entire whole lot, wouldn't you? Anyway, there we go. I'll pop it side by side with the other version so you can see the difference between the two. Anyway, that is pretty much it. That is all that is inside of the box. My favorite things by far are the files. They're so useful, as well as the little chibis. The acrylic stands have always been my favorite aspect of these sort of things, but this time around I kind of prefer the Kuji 1 and the Kuji 2 acrylic stands because I feel like you can display them with gunpla a little better, and that's exactly what I want from them. So I'm gonna go and see if I can find some more of those because I want some more. I want to display them with my kits, and I always think that is the most awesome aspect of them. Anyway, if you do want to look for some of these sort of things of your own, I'll throw a link down there in the description. I'll also throw the Japanese term to search to find this, which will just be pretty much Gundam, ichiban Kuji, but I'll throw it down there anyway if you do want to look for some of this stuff yourself. I recommend looking on Mercari. Anyway, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back again tomorrow with another Gundam related video, and I'll see you then. Once again, I kind of finished this video right here without special thanks to the channel members and the patrons over on Patreon, including Simon Paskin, Abraxas, Caleb Engelhart, Joe, RG59061, ShadowWolf179, Van Fawn, and Scotty Thomas.